All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, ready. We're recording live. This is part 5 of the 3B2 review for Algebra 2. Welcome back, everybody. Be sure to hit like and subscribe and leave a comment down there how much you love this. Invite your friends and your family. Everybody you know and everybody you don't know. Stop in Conway at the corner and tell them to be sure to like this channel too, all right? Number 13. M is a complex number, 7 minus 2i. And K is a complex number, 0 plus 3i, or just 3i. And we got to find K minus M. K minus M, that means 3i minus, let's go ahead and do all of that in parentheses. Because now we got to distribute the negative through those parentheses. So that equals 3i minus 7 plus 2i. Because when you distribute the negative here, you change the sign. Distribute negative here, you change the sign. So we got 3i minus 7 plus 2i. We're going to combine like terms. The real part of that is negative 7. The imaginary part is 5i. And that's your answer for part A. Isn't that fun? K squared, part B. K is 3i, so that means it's like 3i squared. What does it mean to square a number? It means multiply it by itself, doesn't it? 3i times 3i. How you do 3i times 3i? 3 times 3 and I times I, right? That's 9i squared. And y'all, like I told my second period class on their video earlier today, I need to quit teaching if you can't tell me what I squared is. It's negative 1. I keep teaching for another day, right? This is 9 times negative 1. What's 9 times negative 1? This is so fun. Then we're going to do m squared. And m squared is 7 minus 2i times 7 minus 2i. Because when you square something, it just multiplies by itself, doesn't it? Isn't that right? So when you do 7 minus 2i times 7 minus 2i, you got to distribute the 7. And you get 7 times 7 is 49. And you get 7 times negative 2i is negative 14i. And then you got to distribute the negative 2i. And negative 2i times 7 is negative 14i. Bless you. And negative 2i times negative 2i is a positive 4i squared. And y'all already told me you know what I squared is. What's I squared? So this means that we have 49. I can go ahead and put the negative 14i and negative 14i together to make negative 28i plus 4 times negative 1. What is 4 times negative 1? So that means this is 49 minus 28i minus 4. And now I combine the real parts. There's only one imaginary part now. 49 minus 4. You have $49, you spend $4, you got $45 left. Minus 28i. And there's your answer. This is not bad. This is not hard. This is kind of fun. Kind of painless. That's right. Next we're going to do K times M. K is 3i. And M is 7 minus 2i. And once again, we're going to distribute, right? Distribute, right? 3i times 7 is 21i. And 3i times negative 2i. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6i times I is I squared. And y'all know what I squared is. What's I squared? Negative 1. So I got 21i minus 6 times negative 1. What's negative 6 times negative 1?
Plus 6.
So I got 21i plus 6. This says to write it in, usually says, yes, A plus BI. That means I'm going to put the real part first, whoops, and the imaginary part second. And there's your answer. Problem number 13 is no issue at all. It's so much fun. We could probably keep criminals out of jail if we just get kids doing this instead of committing crime, right? They get bored, got nothing else to do, so they go commit a crime. They go knife somebody. They go shoot somebody. They go rob a store, right? Then they end up in jail. They could have done this, they'd be free, still be free. All right, here we go. Number 14. Determine the number of real solutions and non-real solutions. It says use the graphs. Listen. It says use the graphs. Don't do any calculations. All right. There again. I wish you'd do the calculations, but we'll use the graphs since that's what it says do. For quadratic equation, all these are quadratic equations because the highest power of x is x squared. They either have two real solutions and no imaginary or complex solutions. What does it say? Non-real. No non-real solutions. Sorry. Or they have one real solution and no non-real solutions. See, I got y'all even singing now. Or they have no real solutions. When you sing and do math, it's a good day. And two non-real solutions. These are the only choices. You with me? Your only choices. If you graph this in your calculator, go to y equal. Go up here, I got x squared minus 6x plus 7. And when you hit graph, how many times you see it intersect the x-axis? That means there are two real solutions. That means our only choice is this one. So two real, whoops, 0 non-real. Now we're going to graph the other one. Whoops. We're going to do 3x squared plus 2x plus 1. I'm going to delete all that other stuff. Plus 2x, whoops, plus 1. I'm going to hit graph. Does that intersect the x-axis at all? If you graph it, you'll see it does not intersect the x-axis. That means there's no real solutions. That means this is the only option. 0 real. Whoops, sorry, this one up here. 0 real and 2 non-real solutions. Then we're going to do this next one. Y equals. I'm going to hit clear. Negative x squared minus 6x minus 9. And I'm going to hit graph. What does that look like? It intersects the x-axis one time. That means it has one real solution. And that means this is our only option, the middle one. So it's got one real solution and no 0 non-real. Is that not the most painless thing I ever did? I'm at a 9-minute video, and I'm going to lose people's attention if we don't do the rest of this, right? If we keep on going. So I'm going to stop this one.